Explorers. We're here at Tombstone, Arizona. We made it. We're at the Tombstone RV Park. We actually have a little cabin. It's cute. Do you like it? Yeah, it's Easter tomorrow, so we're going to do that.
Show them inside our little baby window.
Okay, let's go.
Look at.
So as you walk up, it's right here. It's got a little door, so we'll check it out. Look at this. It's an interesting little concept. Let me get the key. You want to open it? You pull the door and you push. Ta-da! That's cute. Danielle already decorated it, but it's got two little bunk beds and a queen bed for your kids. And then there you go. Little air conditioner. You like it?
It's cute.
It's cute.
We got a fridge and microwave.
Yeah, we got a fridge, microwave,
Desk in case you gotta do some homework.
desk if you gotta do homework, and you got a little nightstand.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's
That
for your
was
like a horse.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got over here, got a fridge and microwave, so it's real cool. Little RV park. It's got over here is the office, and over here is the pool and the restroom and stuff. We'll go check that out later. So anyway, we're gonna grab something to eat in Tombstone. So. Oh, there's a swing. Say hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
She speaks English. Don't let her fool you.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
This is Tombstone, California. I'm Arizona.
Wow, you're lost.
She's also geographically
Challenged.
Yeah, it was a 7-hour drive, which probably
Yeah. And we're hangry.
fried her brain. Anyway, we're there. The Old West. Oh, there's the OK Corral. Look, that's pretty cool.
We got Duke.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I like it.
this is cool.
It's different.
This is way cool. Anyway, we're gonna go find something to eat. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I want a Puny John's barbecue. Ooh, sounds good. Smells delicious. What's that? That smells like food. Alright, so I got a pulled pork sandwich. And then I got coleslaw, spicy mac, some barbecue sauce, and Kevin. Danielle got a baked potato with cheese and butter, smoked. Pork chicken slider. Alright, we just ate at, what's it called? Puny John's. Did you like it?
Puny John's.
Puny John's. Did you like it? Yeah, it was good. Got a pulled pork sandwich. Ate it. All of it. It was good. Then we're gonna walk around the town. We're gonna go get food for tomorrow, or a restaurant for tomorrow, and then we're gonna check out some shops and stuff. So, we'll see. Henrietta's store. A lot of cool little shops here. So cool. Right there. Too cool. Alright, so we're at the Tombstone Consolidated Mine Company, and tonight, Danielle and I, Kevin, and Tiffany are gonna go on the Tombstone After Dark Graveyard Ghosts and More tour. Ooh, scary. So, you excited?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be scary, so.
This is right up my alley.
This is right up Danielle's alley. Actually, for her birthday, she went to a death tour. So,
What's the death museum?
Death Museum, yeah. So we're
Dang, I
having.
should have brought my shirt. That's
Oh, no, we're not making this an event. But anyway, we're gonna have to. Sorry for the wind. It's really windy here. We'll come back with that tour. Hopefully that's recorded. I didn't ask, so anyway, yeah. Last stop for the day: Tombstone Sarsaparilla, best root beer in the West. Oh man, this sarsaparilla is delicious. Sarsaparilla. Sorry for the wind. This sarsaparilla is delicious. It's like the Old West.
So sassy.
It's so good.
Sassy.
Cheers, cheers. Yeah, all right.
You don't want to lose that in case your boss wants to refund your money or something. Folks, my name is Parson George. I will be your ghost host tonight. Glad to be doing that. We'll be starting here in a few minutes. Before we begin, though, I do have a couple of quick announcements for you. My first announcement is this. Our trolley does not have a restroom. We ain't stopping nowhere that's got no restrooms. So if you got to go, you need to go before we go, because once we go, you can't go. And if you got to go while we're going, you're going to be miserable. So's everybody around you. Unfortunately, the only place to go from here is our outhouse. If you start over that way and follow your nose, you'll find it over there. I do recommend you hold your breath on the inside. And we won't be leaving here for at least another 10 minutes, so if you have some business to take care of in the outhouse, you should have plenty of time. We won't be leaving without it. Now, folks, Tombstone is one of the most haunted cities in the United States. Almost every city or town's got some kind of haunted building in there, an old hospital or a factory or something. But here in Tombstone, it's true that almost every building we go by tonight will have a ghost or two in there. And I'm going to tell you about most of them. However, there's a few buildings we won't be going by because they don't let our trolley go down Allen Street. So while we're standing here, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about some of the ghosts up on Allen Street. So if you walk down through there later tonight, you'll know what to expect. I'm going to start at the building that's straight up just one block up there where that stop sign is, a place called the Oriental Saloon. Now today the Oriental Saloon is a theater, but back in the day it was actually a saloon. That's why they call it the Oriental Saloon. It's also haunted. Now if you've seen any of the movies about Tombstone, you're familiar with the Oriental. You may recall when Wyatt Earp first got into town, he got into a fight with a faro dealer, kicked the guy out, took over the table. Now that there's a true story, and it happened in the Oriental. Several years ago, I was leading a walk-in tour through this town, ghost tour. We stopped at the Oriental one night. I took my flashlight, shined it around in there, and told some stories. We was just leaving. A little girl tugged on my jacket. She says, "Mr. Parson, who was that guy standing in there?" Now, folks, that place had been closed for several hours. There weren't no guy in there. But she was so insistent, I turned the group around. We went back down to the Oriental, looked in the window. I shined my light around in there again. Didn't see nobody. She says, "Well, there he is, standing right in the back on them steps. Don't you see him? He's looking right at you, drinking a beer." I just said, "Honey, that's just a mannequin that they leave in there to fool people. Let's just move on." And somebody fired a gunshot through that glass door, hit him in the back, and killed him right there at the Campbell and Hatch. If you stand in there beside that pool table today or tomorrow and look toward the back, you're going to get a really good sense of what Morgan may have gone through while he was standing there. Now that's also a haunted location. The ladies who work at the Red Buffalo will tell you sometimes in the morning when they come in, they can hear something out there in that little storage area shuffling around out there. They think it may be a cat or something, so they go out there to check, and there ain't nothing ever there. More. See, you're testing my strength out. Look how strong I am. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Thank you. You scared, Kevin?
Well, look at this road we're on.
You have the extra underwear,
Yes.
I'll pack us some too.
Yeah, I already got them. Lighting sucks,
I
but
think I
it's
might.
pretty.
Cross. We got one grave in Tombstone outside our cemeteries. You're looking at it right there. Underneath that metal cross is a cat.
Oh.
See, you thought I was going to say something important, didn't you? People like to think that Tombstone, because of all the movies you've seen, just got lots of people buried out here that was killed in gunfights. But that ain't true. Fact is, for a town our size, to have about 2,500 people in a cemetery after 140 years, just pretty normal. Fact is, I've done a study of our cemeteries, and I can tell you most of the people buried there died of odd things like old age, heart disease, and some kinds of diseases like pneumonia or something. Now we do have a couple of interesting folks buried there. For example, we have one fellow who was buried there, died from getting bit by a hog. Another one died after he got bit by a Gila monster. Fact is, one feller died after he was kicked in the groin. Ouch. Now, Tombstone was in the day a mining town. And mining in those days, just like these days, is an inherently dangerous occupation. So it shouldn't surprise you to know that we got some people buried in our graveyard.
What's the average age of people that died?
Kind of sounds like an old prison door, don't it? Yeah. One day I had somebody ask me how I knew what a prison sounded like. And I told her, don't ask me no questions you don't want to know the answer to. Alrighty, folks, welcome to the Good Enough Mine. Do watch your step right here. That the miners got to leaving food for the Tommyknockers. The custom was, after they had their lunch, they would always leave a little scrap of food behind. So if any of the Tommyknockers happened to find their way out of that mine, they'd have something to eat on the way back to the top. Now that legend came to the United States in the early years in Pennsylvania coal mines. They were talked about Tommyknockers. And even out west here in the hard rock mines like you're standing in now, we still have the legends of the Tommyknockers. Now folks, I'm going to ask you to help me honor that legend tonight. Here in the front, I have a lunch bucket. It was actually found in this mine. This is a bucket that some miner actually used back in the 1800s. Inside this lunch bucket, I've got a little bit of bread. I'm not going to fool you, it's just some croutons, but it is bread down in this lunch pail. Right beside this lunch bucket is a pail that a miner would have eaten out of. Again, this was found back here in our mine, so some old miner actually used this back in the 1800s. You don't want to lick it. I'm going to leave this pail right there. And if you will, as you leave our mine tonight, just grab a piece of bread, drop it in that pail. After our tour leaves here, Robert will come back down and kind of blow out the candles and put this thing back to shape for tomorrow. And he'll take this bread and run it back down in the mine someplace and throw it in a secret corner that he knows about. That's for the Tommyknockers. Now folks, I'm going to meet you right up here at the gate. If you will, come on by and leave the Tommyknockers an offering and then join me at the gate.
Right here. Doing it? No, oh no. No, not. Right. You gave it to me. Huh?
You dropped it on the floor?
On accident.
Did you pick it up?
Yeah. Did you get it? Yeah.
Now wait right there at the top.
Watch
I'll
your
be
step.
there in just a moment.
I know I can't see you, but did you offer the Tommyknockers?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you offer the Tommyknockers?
I offered for the Tommyknocker.
We can't see each other, but we're here. Off to the trolley. You ready for the trolley? Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. It's fine. Unless you want it.
Oh, there he is again. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right. Ghosted tonight.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Hello.
Now we're doing a tour. We're on the trolley now. So. You like it? Is it scary? I like the story about the Tommyknockers. That's cool. You guys having fun?
Tim, don't be crying when you're scared in your cabin.
You guys are so gonna like scare us.
Like, oh my god. You heard
Like,
what
I'm
she said.
basic. Where's my Starbucks? Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, that was all right, I guess. Kind of reminded you of that old prison bus, didn't it?
Well, they didn't let me drive that one, George.
No, he couldn't drive, but other than that, it's about the same. Folks, Jeff is a real good driver. All on his breath. What I did smell was death. As he spoke to me, I felt a heavy pressure push down on my chest, my arms and my legs. I couldn't move my arms, couldn't start the engine, couldn't roll up the windows, couldn't do nothing but just sit there and listen. He seemed to know an awful lot about George Davies. He told me about George Davies' life. Told me about falling in love with Petra Edmonds, what a beautiful girl she was. Told me about wanting to marry her. Told me about everything except that last day. Then he excused himself. He stood up and he walked back behind my car. I watched him in the rearview mirror. He took about 6 steps, vanished. As soon as he vanished, all that pressure was gone off my arms and legs. I could move again. I started the engine, rolled up the windows, and got out of there as fast as I could. Parson George, she said, as long as I live, I'm going to believe that I spoke to George Davies after your ghost tour last night in front of the Buford House. Now, I do like to tell that story to invite you. It is a nice evening tonight. After our tour, bring your car. Come on down here and park in front of the Buford House. Roll down the windows, kill the engine. Wait and see if anyone comes and talks to you. If he does, try to get his picture. I'd kind of like to know what old George looks like these days. A fantastic liar. I like your description